Today on The Next Big Bite, flavor brings the fire, while agents and workflows bring the flow. I'm here with Derah Onuorah, whose name means the voice of the people, and someone who's done more live demos on big stages than most people would voluntarily sign up for. Derah, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Nick. It's a pleasure to be here.
So before we get into agents and workflows, tell me, what'd you bring today?
Today, we have Nigerian jollof rice, and depending on who you ask, this is probably the most controversial dish in West Africa. Many West African countries think they have the best one. We're not gonna get into that debate today. We'll let the audience decide, but we have jollof rice, which is made with tomatoes and bell peppers and cooked with a lot of warmth. Then we have plantains as a garnish, and we have chicken as well.
All right, well, let's try it.
Let's try it.
I'm excited, let's do this.
Do this.
Got some heat to it.
Yep. I toned it down a little bit.
Oh, thank you. It's very complex. Feels like there's a product strategy to this rice.
Yeah, the layers, complexity, the flavors.
Yeah, I can't believe I've been eating sad rice for so long.
Well, now you never have to. I'll give you the recipe.
What makes this dish so special to you?
Well, I use my mom's recipe for this. So whenever I make it, I think of her and what she would do. And it just represents a time of laughter, happiness, joy, and of course, the strong West African debate. So versatility, beauty, taste, richness, yeah.
So this is like community in spiced form.
Exactly, exactly.
Very on brand for the show. So you grew up in Canada and Nigeria.
Yes.
What stood out the most about your time in Nigeria?
Oof. You know, I could say it's the food or the culture or the music, but primarily I'll say it's the hustle. You can't meet a Nigerian that doesn't have hustle. Everyone's trying to move fast, build, get things done. And when you're in an environment of people that are all trying to, move and get things done, there's no choice but to become like that as well. So it has to be the hustle for me.
And you went to University of Montreal, is that correct?
Yes, or oui, I should say in French.
Okay, and how was your time there?
It was good, it was very good. Because of my passion for business and entrepreneurship, I decided to, study business. So I did a double major in finance and general management. And of course, everyone's always talking about technology, and so I decided to pick up a minor in computer science, and shout out to my mom for encouraging me to do so. And I kind of just fell in love with technology, and that kind of sparked my interest in getting into tech.
And that's where Microsoft came in, is that correct?
That's correct. Microsoft came to my school. The recruiter on site saw the passion I had, saw the interest I had in technology, and gave me a shot. So in 2020, I did the Explore internship where I was a PM for the first 6 weeks and then a software engineer for the next 6 weeks. Came back as a product manager intern and then started full-time in 2022.
And what was it about the internship experience that made you want to actually work here at Microsoft?
Yeah, it's the fact that I could actually have a real contribution. The first time in my first internship where I made a PR and had my code in actual code base used by real customers was a fantastic feeling. And so that was one of the reasons that I wanted to stay, because I could have such an impact at a large scale.
And your current focus is on workflows. It's normally something only people recognize when they're broken.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, you're right. A good workflow should really be running in the background, right? When it's good, it should just automate the business process without hiccups. It involves the different steps, connecting to different systems, approvals. It's the system that gets business processes done in large corporations.
So if agents are the thing people are excited to talk to, workflows are what help them actually get stuff done.
Exactly. Workflows are more deterministic. They follow a certain set of steps. But the cool thing about Copilot Studio is that it's not agent or workflow. It's agent and workflow, right? You can have an agent that calls a workflow. You can have a workflow that calls an agent. So the story is better together based on how much flexibility you want.
We've seen so much of you on stage giving demos around the world. What is it about demos that you enjoy?
Oof, how much time do you have, Nick? I'd say it's three things primarily for me. The first one is that it forces me to understand the product, right? I can't get on a stage and demo something I don't understand. So I spend weeks just using the product, trying to break it, trying to understand it. The second thing is that it forces clarity. Having a demo forces you to actually see it in the hands of a customer, or present it in the hands of a customer, and to be clear on the value that this product gives. And the final thing is customer energy. It's almost an intoxicating feeling to get on stage and to see the extreme excitement for customers about the things that you're building. It kind of just spurs me on to keep building because people actually care about what we're doing.
And do you have any kind of ritual before the event, maybe bargaining with the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you have to bargain with the Wi-Fi, but it's test. Test the product, make sure everything is working, the Wi-Fi is connected. So it's just like making sure that things are in line, things are well tested, and then to test again.
And what do those big events give you that you don't get sitting behind a desk here in Redmond?
It gives a lot of direct feedback. Many times these conferences are in front of thousands of customers. So you have thousands of eyes on what you're building, and you're able to see where customers lean in. You're also able to see where customers get a bit confused about what you're saying, and you can easily translate that into the products that you build.
And that feels important because not every AI store needs to be, let's reimagine the entire enterprise, right?
Yeah, and exactly, that's where the value starts from. You show customers how they can use our tools to solve repetitive or mundane things, and they begin to imagine all the other places they can use the tools, all the other places they can actually drive that efficiency in their business.
So it builds like the food we had, one bite, then another, and then you're wondering, where can I get more jollof?
I know a guy. Well, I could be your guy because I made the dish, so let me know anytime you want some more. I'll hook you up.
Awesome. That may be the most important announcement of this episode. All right, last question, Derah. This is the takeaway bite. What's one piece of advice you want to leave the audience with today?
It's going to be build. AI and technology moving so fast, and the only way to keep up and keep ahead is to just build. I strongly believe that the future is for the builders. So if you're seeing this, get to building. And so the one question I have for your audience, Nick, is what will you build?
Nice. Well, thanks for the conversation, the workflow wisdom, and for ruining sad rice for me forever.
My pleasure, Nick. Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks for watching The Next Big Bite. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.